Okay, I'm back again, and I found myself a suitable candidate here. Raymond, Marshal of Toulouse. He's only just across the water, not too far away. He's currently in Toulouse. He's of the Toulouse household, currently somewhere over in France. And he's got a Marshal of 17. Pretty nifty. Masterful commander, and some good traits too. He's a skilled tactician, a good organiser, a scholar. He's brave, zealous and trusting, and also proud. So a good, honourable man to bring to the position of Marshal. So absolutely perfect, if you ask me. Invite him over. And if you just take a quick look at his family, he's probably going to bring his wife with him and his child. So they'll be coming too. His opinion of me... No, it's his opinion of his liege. His opinion of me, 17, actually, pretty good. Not too bad. So, all good, really. Now, just a quick note about this war here, the de jure war over Argyll. I thought it was for the whole duchy. It's not, it's just for this single county. So Scotland are trying to envelop this county into their own lands. They must have a de jure claim over it. So that is that. The troops of England are still continuing to march north to provide their assistance. So before we continue again, the time moving, a couple of more things that I need to address from last time. Now down here I did say that I was going to consider creating the title the Duchy of Cornwall. I have 50% of the duchy and therefore I can create the title. It's going to cost me a little coin. But I've been informed by Tom Donnelly that because it's a 50-50 split, it's a duchy that only has 2 lands. Because my fellow count in Devon would also hold 50% of the duchy's realm, if you will, he could usurp my title. So rather than wasting money creating the duchy and then having it usurped away from me, and then I wouldn't be able to take Devon back because of the high crown authority, I think wasting my money to do that is a waste of time. So I'm going to forget that for now. Yes, it would be nice to be a duke, but due to the crown authority I can't, even if I create the Duchy of Cornwall, I can't then take Devon to have total control because the crown authority is too high. So it's not the best of times to do that. So we're going to have to focus our attentions solely on capturing some lands here in Wales, which is going to have nothing to do with England, gives us a bit more freedom. Speaking of Wales, I've been also informed by Mego Shadow 41 that if I had any aspirations to become King of Wales by holding 2 duchy titles and holding the vast majority of the lands here, I can't do it. If I take a very quick look, the Duchy of de Behef, and we go to de jure, we go to Kingdom of Wales. If to create the Kingdom of Wales I need to hold at least 2 duchy titles, so and then probably hold a certain percentage of the lands. But apparently to create the Kingdom of Wales you have to be Celtic in your culture. Now obviously I'm Norman culture, having converted to the culture of my liege lord, the King William the Conqueror, and therefore that might be a barrier. So although I can't create the Kingdom of Wales title, it's not going to stop me from conquering their lands. A title is a title. Of course there is Ireland over here as well, which I can then expand out into. If I want to become a king I could create the Kingdom of Ireland. There doesn't seem to be any such trouble that they have in Wales there. So that's something that I can't do. Thank you for highlighting that for me. So that pretty much is all I wanted to say about last session and any future plans that have been hampered by things that I can't do. So all that is left for us to do now is just to allow the time to plod along, and we're just going to see what crops up today. Glorious Count George, Raymond de Toulouse accepts my invitation and brings forth his family to my court, which is absolutely marvellous. So we get little Bertrand de Toulouse coming across, and his wife as well. So let's not waste any time at all, let's get him appointed and get him into the ranks. There we go. 17 marshal, very able and capable, very skillful, and our court is gaining in skill. And who do we have to thank for that? We don't have ourselves to thank, because we're still trying to fabricate claims in vexing, so the plaudits must go to Countess Emma of Cornwall. Emma de Crepon, his wife, ensuring that things run smoothly in our absence, as well as bearing our children. She's doing a grand job. As I say, she is the daughter of the Count William of Hereford, who holds 3 counties, so she's well schooled. Well schooled she is in the art of ruling, taking lessons from her father directly in the arts and crafts of schemes, plotting, and all the rest of it that goes into ruling you know, your own little domain. So she's doing a good job. Now I'm going to make use of these buttons here. So anybody that has a martial skill of less than 12 really shouldn't be leading anybody in the field of battle. And also my Chancellor as well, because he plays one of the most important roles, fabricating claims, improving relations with my vassals and things. A very important job, and therefore even though he does have a high martial skill, I really think he should not be allowed to be diverted from his core business. So I'm going to forbid him from being able to lead an army. The Marshal, that's pretty much his job, so we're going to leave him doing that and have him train troops in Cornwall, just so that we are ensured that we have the maximum capacity available in case of a time of war. Our Steward, collecting coin, he doesn't look to be the most martial-full of people, preferring to collect taxes and things rather than lead armies, so we're not going to allow him to do that either. Our Spy Master, Marshal of 0, probably not the best person to lead an army, so we're going to have him out. And our court chaplain, also 4 Marshal, we'll have him banned from doing so as well. So only person that can lead an army would be myself and my Marshal. I don't know if actually my Mayor would actually take up arms. He's got a Marshal of 10, he's not too shabby, so maybe he would take up arms as well. It remains to be seen. So just sort my court in order of opinion, and we can see that my own wife is the one person who doesn't like me. In all of my court, she hates my guts. Look at that, a hatred, a burning hatred of negative 100. That is because of probably my little lustful ways, especially when it involves a one Zafir Arpad, who is my lover. Ah dear. Kind of a sick twist. Right, okay, so he's been sent to train troops. Right, so moving on then. Now that I'm not going to be spending my money on creating duchy titles, I should probably start to expand my lands. Now, as I said before, I'm going to be predominantly focusing on my own holdings in terms of expansion. More about that in a second. I do have a daughter. Daughters are good for marrying off and claiming things. I'll have to get my head round it, of course, but I have a list of names here, and I suppose I have to pick one. I don't know who suggested these names. I've just taken a list of names. There's a topic on my forum where people are suggesting names for my children, and I've got a list of names that I like. So I think the first one, although they may not be you know, specifically historically correct, I do not care, and I'm going to call her Grace. Yes, I like that name, a nice name. So whoever suggested that, well done, I like it. So there she is, little Gracie. What was I saying? Ah yes, my buildings. I think the first building... Oh boy, a bitter twist in the ranks here. Am I ever going to get to build what I want? My steward, out collecting taxes, doing his job as asked by the Count, has been mobbed by some rabble, probably perturbed at the expense that they have been subjected to Sick of having to pay up excess tax. I've mobbed him and killed him. There you go. I lose 15 prestige. Speaking of prestige, we have prestige here, we have piety here. Prestige is like an honor, really. It's like honor. How honourable you are, how mighty you are, how you know how much you have advanced, and you gain prestige in various ways by holding certain titles and holding certain holdings, and also certain bonuses you can get for holding festivals and things. Yep. And you use prestige for various things, such as creating titles, for fabricating claims, for pressing claims. You have to use prestige, so it's important to build it up. Piety is to do with religion, and you spend that on religious bits and bobs. Slightly not that technical of a term, but the importance of these two stats when added together, when your ruler dies, his piety and his prestige will be added together, and that will go towards your score. And at the end of your campaign, however long that may be, your score will be the sum of all the prestige and piety combined of all your rulers. So that's how it works. Anyway, I'm going to before I do that, I need to do something. I am going to build in Cornwall, in my castle Tintagel, I'm going to build a wooden palisade to increase my levy size, slightly increase my tax, and also increase my fort level. But before I do that, it takes 346 days. I can cut that down by having my steward oversee construction. But I don't have a steward, because he died, mobbed by a rabble. So we're going to have to once again go through the list and appoint a decent steward. So once again I shall pause and resume when I have found somebody suitable. And we're back again. So once again I found another suitable candidate, only in Ireland, again only just across the waters, so we're not going too far afield to find these people, and they are well within my reach. He's got 14 stewardship, which I think is the same stewardship as my last steward. He's also not bad with the learning as well. His traits are good. He's a scholarly theologian, ambitious, patient, zealous, chaste, temperate. He's a good lad, and only 23 years old. So we're going to invite him across to my court, and he should come along nicely without much of a hitch. So King Malcolm of Scotland has won the war. So as well, should we just pause it quickly on the here. We can see now that Argyll has been brought into Scottish rule, and I don't know who he's put on the throne, but he's the lord of the place now. If we go to the realm tree of Scotland, these are all his vassals, so he's got a couple of dukes, some counts under him, and we can see that here he is. The Earl of Argyll is now under Scottish rule, under the rule of the king. So that's the war successful. King William the Conqueror's men can head home, and poor old Robert takes a bad beat. Right, let's go. So just wait for our new steward to rock up in Cornwall, and then we can commence our first building work. So we get his wife as well, somebody else that no doubt George can sleep with at some point. So now that we have our steward in position, he now acts as pretty 18 opinion, not bad, not bad. We're going to have him overseeing construction, and now because he's overseeing construction, if we head into Cornwall and start to build a wooden palisade, we can see now it only takes 219 days. So rather than the 346 or whatever it was before, we now get a little bit of a discount in terms of how long it takes to build. So now we can build it, and there we go. Job done. So how are my vassals going? Still We're still getting the maximum tax from Bodmin, but we are losing a little bit of income because we're not getting the tax from Bishop Hurl, who still is not happy that we didn't take up his advice to become more ambitious. Doesn't obviously like Lustful either. He's a churchman and hates the fact that we sleep around and have caused ultimate embarrassment to my wife. And this is the first bastard child of that relationship. Princess Sophia of Hungary gets to name the children. These are bastard children, and these children no doubt may cause some problems in the future. So this is going to be okay. This is quite funny. So she gets to name the children. We're going to leave her naming the bastard children. We will name our own children. She will name the bastard children, and she's calling her their first daughter together Bella, which is perfectly fine. But now we get a bit of an option here. So it seems my amorous adventures have resulted in a child. Little Bella. Is that a boy? I thought it was a girl's name, Bella. Bella? Bella? If I realised it was a boy, I might have renamed him. Anyway, ultimate ribbing I can feel coming on now.